Hello, everyone, and welcome to a belated episode. Well, minutes and few belated. Only a couple. Come on, guys.
Just a few.
Yeah. Episode of the Sensible Sociopath Podcast. It's 145.
145?
We're getting close to the old 150.
150.
Mm-hmm. Who holla at
Holy
the cops.
crap.
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome.
Yes.
And we're live on a Friday night on YouTube. Our channel here. If you like us, you should subscribe now. Obviously, our timeliness, number one.
For one.
Our good looks, the balance of the camera exposure or saturation, those sorts of things. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that now.
Just hit it.
Tell your friends.
Just hit it always.
So we have a great show. We are here. I'm Stephen Paul, your host. And then across from me, we have our anchor of a co-host, Superfan Dan. Welcome.
Hello.
Dan. Welcome live.
Welcome.
Usually
and
you'd
hello
hear...
to you, Stephen Paul.
Thanks, Dan. Usually you'd be hearing a woohoo sound coming from the producer's booth. Roma Romerica Rifkin is, she was kidnapped. She was taken.
No.
Yeah. I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you want. If it's production you're after, Roma doesn't have it. But what she does have is a very particular set of skills.
Thanks, Liam.
Thanks. Yeah. It's one of the few I do. It's not exceptionally good either, but I think it's good. I know it's not. It's all right. You listen to it, you're like, all right, I get what he's doing.
It's fine. It's really fine.
It's pretty close to things that people like.
You don't worry too much about it.
That's it. Yeah. It's like Christopher Walken, It's like you can't nail it like who's the guy? Kevin Pollak, I think, was the first guy to really nail that.
He solid walk-in.
And it's so interesting that when you are doing impressions of someone, that first of all, you have to identify things that everyone is going to see but aren't as cliche. Like it can't be completely cliche. So you got to have those little subtleties of how a person acts, and then you have to amplify it to the point where people recognize it's them. But it's not easy that everybody can do, and like you're a genius when you figure it out.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, wow, you just came up with that. No one else would ever do a Schwarzenegger. Yeah, a Stallone impression.
Oh yeah, no, it's Stallone. I don't know.
The Italian stallion. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's those that just become completely ubiquitous with our culture. They integrate. They're like memes.
Oh, yes.
They were some of the early memes.
Oh, they were definitely the early memes.
Yeah.
For sure.
They would catch on. Everybody would be doing impressions, probably after a Saturday Night Live skit, I would assume.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
100%.
Or maybe an HBO comedy special.
Oh, yeah. There's someone in the studio.
Exactly. Or
not sitting in the booth.
Eddie Murphy's Mr. T.
Oh yeah,
from Raw or Delirious. I can't remember which one it was, but if Mr. T was gay, and he's getting fucked in the ass, and I don't know. It was. I think the premise was that Mr. T from Rocky 3 was gay.
I pity the fool who don't pull out.
Exactly. Who don't push my stool was basically you missed one on that, Dan. Come on.
I did. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I missed it.
But I appreciate the assist. That was excellent. Yeah. No, that's good too. The assist. The assist is something that's not as people don't appreciate enough.
No. The assist is the unsung hero. It really is.
Yeah.
Because, sometimes you could even bust out with the, yo, Bipsqueak, I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Macho Man Randy Savage, right?
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's the, didn't he do that? Ooh, yeah. Like a Yosemite Sam type,
Ooh,
kind of mixed.
Card slamming Toygan.
If you do Hulk Hogan, hey, brother, I'm the American, all American dream, brother. Yeah. It's
You better believe, brother,
yeah.
that
That's
you don't know what it's like to go into the Thunderdome.
when you get in the cage.
The Hulkster's gonna throw you.
Did you watch a lot
Down.
of? Did you watch a lot of wrestling?
I watched WWF before it became WWE.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So in the days of Randy Savage and the
Oh, yeah.
Hulk Hogan when he wore yellow and
Oh
not
yeah.
not the black. You remember when, like he's like been blonde his whole he's got a blonde but still has a blonde, what is that, Fu Manchu mustache,
Yes.
but then they used black makeup to fill in a 5 o'clock shadow like Razor Ramon. You remember Razor Ramon?
oh yes.
It's he was supposed to be, I believe, a Cuban cocaine dude, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Like that was his thing, or I think it was sort of like a Scarface character. I'm bringing him up on the.
Oh yeah. No, that guy.
picture
Oh yeah.
box.
Totally.
Yeah, that's Razor Ramon. Let me
And,
just switch it for everybody.
one of the interesting facts about wrestling and things that came away from it is the Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
For all of those who didn't know, back in the WCW days, they were part of the Insane Clown Posse and the Misfits before they decided to go and start doing their, I don't know whether or not you'd actually call it hip hop or rap.
Yeah.
And then they ended up doing this backyard wrestling,
Okay.
and they started like their own wrestling. And you know, that was when people started jumping off of houses and falling onto tables in their backyards and things like that.
What was that super dude? Super garbage dude. He was the dude who would flip onto barbed wire in his
Oh.
backyard.
Oh,
Super Awesomeo or Super.
Yes. He was trying to do a Mick Foley impression of sorts
Yeah.
because Mick
Fuck
Foley.
that shit. And he would like do a flip and then he would jump onto like microwaves.
Oh yes.
And like so yeah. And this, are you talking about an amateur guy who's like backyard wrestling and completely like?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
who you're
yeah,
talking, because we're talking about the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
person.
same
Okay.
guy.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were talking about somebody that was actually a wrestler, because guys do
Mick,
barbed wire.
Mick
so
Foley. Mick
Yes.
Foley was an actual
Mankind.
wrestler. Mankind. Mick
Yeah.
Foley. Dude Love.
very intelligent author.
Really?
Did you know he's written like 7 books, and he's very intelligent. He's actually on radio quite a bit.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I know that he has definitely put his body through damage.
Yes. He has a room in his house that is completely Christmas.
Really?
He has a mansion. Yeah.
Like all year?
Yes. And okay.
That's amazing.
Yes, all year. So this is Violent J and Shaggy
Shaggy,
Two
yes.
Dope, I
Oh,
believe.
Shaggy Two Dope.
Shaggy Two Dope.
I just always knew it as Shaggy.
Yes, and these guys started being popular back in like high school,
The late 90s,
Yeah, very late 90s.
early 2000s.
Yeah, and then kind of took off, and you'll see the little insignia, which is like a running guy with a
The Hatchet Man.
Yeah,
And from them started other such things like Twisted and a couple of other ones. Chicks were really into the Insane Clown Posse. Like, I don't think so much now.
some
They're
chicks
all
were.
about.
Actually,
like,
you know what?
They were called Juggalettes, and the guys were called Juggalos.
Yes,
They
and
made Fanta or Fago.
Faygo.
Soda, very
completely
popular.
famous. Yeah, they didn't start Fago, but they made it what it is.
Oh, they made
It's-
Fago so popular because they'd spray it on their crowds.
Yeah, and Fago is candy water. It's they have cotton candy and like also this is soda, that it's
Yeah.
cotton candy flavored, and basically it's white trash and
Oh, so
Black,
white. It's
you know.
carbonated Kool-Aid is what it is.
yeah, it's made for people in the ghetto and people in the trailer park, really. And juggalos and juggalettes.
That's right.
Um,
That's right.
And so Insane Clown Posse actually created the Dark Carnival,
Yes, they did.
which is a festival that they have in like Illinois or Ohio, I believe. And like 20,000 people show up to the festival, and they could have probably 100,000 there, I'm sure, if they wanted to, or if they had
An
the
interesting
space.
fact about the Insane Clown Posse is they are actually two of the most generous, genuine, and nice people that you could ever possibly meet for like their communities, like they give back and
Yeah.
all kinds of shit. I fucking hate them.
Yeah.
Like I hate them so much.
Yeah.
They are one of the most hated like performers to have ever existed.
In all of time.
Like really, they are so hated. And the reason why I did is because they came out in the early 2000s with a song called Miracles, and from that I heard the line, magnets, how does that shit work? Scientists be lying, making my head hurt. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry, Violent J
Yeah.
and Shaggy 2 Dope. I can't support you.
But
As
that-
far
but-
as performers, I can't. You make a lot of money.
Mhm.
You give back to the community. I give you props for that because I do not make a lot of money
Yeah.
on paper.
Now, but what about our producer who happens to be a flat earther? Wouldn't you say that line, if you say it again from a flat earther perspective, say it again.
Magnets, how does that shit work?
Mhm.
Scientists be lying, making my head hurt.
And
That's actually a good point.
you see
Is
that?
that from the flat Earth perspective, which
ICP is really speaking your language.
no, they totally are. Like for me, I'm very on the fence about what's real and what's not,
Okay.
and I believe
Like a schizophrenic.
absolutely.
Exactly
Like what's that?
like that.
No, no. Okay. Yeah. No, I'll tell him.
Yeah.
Bill says what up.
What's up, Bill?
But for me, it's I believe in, as I've said before, I believe in George Carlin
Uh-huh.
and his philosophy in question everything.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
question everything, whether the Earth is flat, whether it's a disc, whether we're floating through space, whether space is real, whether science is whatever.
Whether your family,
You're right. It doesn't matter.
is your real pet family.
Right.
Yeah. Whether
Because
you were a Terminator bot sent back from the future, but you just don't realize
you don't
it right
know,
now.
you haven't been switched on yet.
Exactly.
Um,
Don't you remember like this ball of lightning appearing and hollowing out a portion of the ground into a concave little hole?
And then you were Arnold
And then you
Schwarzenegger for a
stood up
second.
and you're naked
Come
and you
with
walk
me if
into
you
a
want to
leather
bang.
bar. Yeah.
But you know,
and of all the biker bars to walk into, not a gay biker bar.
no,
what's up with
surprisingly
that?
enough.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah.
weird as fuck. Like
Rob
I'm-
Halford should have been in there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Because I remember you explaining to Brian, "Did you know he was gay?"
yeah.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah. I remember that. That
Still
was
very, very, very good. If you listen to our outro, outro. Listen to the outro. It's really great clips coming up.
Oh, really?
Or really well.
Are you updating it?
I'm shooting. Yes, I have some plans. So I'm working on some production.
If you go throwback
Mhm.
to some of the very first episodes, like I'd
Mhm.
say solid before episode 20.
Yeah.
Like solid before episode 20.
Mhm.
You will definitely hear that. Did you know Ron Halpert's gay?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, no! It's on our outro. I know it is.
Still?
Or
No. It's not on our
it's on
outro
the old
anymore.
outro.
Because
Ah,
on our new outro, it's my dog has a giant dick.
yeah.
That's enormous.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes, I forgot. That was on. Yeah. Yeah. So, you believe in science,
I believe that science has some benefits.
but there are caveats to what you believe in.
Absolutely. There's a lot of things out there in the world that science can't explain, and that religion can, and that neither of them can. So I've chosen like some of the few people who live in Nova Scotia that like we do. That you got to make.
No, we've told people we're from Boise now.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
we're in
because-
Nova Scotia today.
Exactly.
Uh,
Yeah, it's a live remote. We've just put
It's
up
a traveling podcast.
we're in front of green screens.
We take the studio with us,
Ooh,
people. Okay,
yeah.
don't judge us. We take the studio with us.
Absolutely.
But
We're like The Rock traveling with his gym.
it doesn't matter what.
Can you smell? Yeah.
Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
That's good. That's it. I was like, where's the eyebrow?
Oh, I've got the eyebrows for it, buddy.
Yeah.
Um,
That was a good rock. Yeah.
thank you. He was one of the greats. Like,
Absolutely.
Before, when he had hair, and then when he decided
Oh.
I don't want to have hair anymore, or at
Yeah.
least he pulled the carpet off of
Yeah.
his skull.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think, when you're The Rock, you can go that way. And
Oh,
like
yeah.
The Rock, Joe Rogan, you
Well-
don't look like you have cancer because you're buff.
unfortunately, someday we're gonna get Joe. Like, we're gonna get Joe. We've talked about him enough that
Mhm.
hopefully one day he'll pay a fucking attention.
Yeah.
Maybe when he's done with the DMT for at least an hour.
Well, as like a guest or you want like start a podcast war
Well, I mean, we're in a podcast war,
with?
even if he doesn't know it.
Oh, with him.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, let's say it's
We're
all.
the grapiest. He's not the grapiest. We're the grapiest.
I brought up this term last week, and I just wanted to reiterate because it's one that I like. But with Joe Rogan, it's on site, as they say.
Yes.
Yeah, our
Yeah.
podcasts are on site.
Oh, absolutely.
So whenever we get any kind of communication, we're gonna take it as a threat.
Oh, 100%. Crew fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Crew
Like,
fight.
don't send me an email. I
No,
guarantee
no.
you,
No,
the answer you're gonna get back is going to be curt.
absolutely.
It's gonna be curt, and you are going to have feelings about it.
Yeah, and 100% feelings.
Yeah.
100%.
So
Yeah, so science is subjective, and so is religion. But the
Yeah.
thing that you have to
well,
deal with,
no. The science isn't subjective. The interpretation of results and the selection
Correct.
of results from
Okay.
that science
that
is
is
subjective.
that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
And the
because-
motive that you start with, if you have a motivation to find to just
either disprove or prove something
to really
yeah.
prove yourself right, if you start off with that intention, that's a problem because
That's called narcissism.
well, maybe, but let's say you could, all right, you're always going to have an idea.
Oh, absolutely.
Are you ever going to walk into a scientific, like endeavor, like experiment with I'm just walking into this completely blank and
I want to prove that paper's wrong.
I don't know how to even start a science. What do I do?
Yeah, what is science? Like,
Yeah, if that's how you're walking in, I mean, obviously you're going to go, that apple fell out of that tree, and I bet you there's some sort of force that caused it to change its location in space.
a witch.
You know,
You're a witch.
basically, yeah. If you came out that hard, fuck.
Good luck.
Yeah, then it's on site. If people know you're the Apple guy, fuck. I mean, there's the other Apple guy that just sells apples, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
getting some bad press.
Yeah, Johnny Appleseed.
Because of you.
Fucking forget him, man.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
him
So-
with his pot on his head. Like, fucking forget it.
Oh, did he have a pot on his head?
Oh, Johnny Appleseed.
Oh, because of the gravity.
Oh yeah,
There were
yeah.
apples
He's getting
flying
hit in
all
the
over
head
the
all the
place.
time,
Yeah.
all over.
Because where do
Like,
you get apple seeds?
He
You
thought
gotta
it were
eat
flying
apples.
from left and right, and they
Yeah.
were up and down.
Yeah. You know what something I thought about was?
What's that?
Okay. Thai coconut curry.
Okay,
Now,
curry is delicious.
it is delicious. Now, Mal, my girlfriend,
Good old Maltese Falcon.
Yep.
Shout out.
yep. She got, okay, here's the story. Everything Mallory likes dies.
God, I hope her kids don't hear that.
Yeah, no, she doesn't like them. So they're
Or
fine.
you.
Yeah, no, she doesn't like me either.
Oh well,
Yeah.
at least you're in
Yeah.
luck there.
Yeah. She's so when we first met, there was she had a favorite Thai place here in town.
Okay.
And so she's like, "Oh, we should go get that food," because I showed her my favorite Thai place in town,
Okay.
and so which happens to be the Pad Thai House. Shout out,
Hey, there
Shout
you
out.
go.
Yep,
I
so
haven't
that's some
been.
free-
Is it delicious?
absolutely, yep,
Uh,
the best
The
Thai
o-
food.
The only Thai place I've been to is Dang's.
Aw, I'm holding back.
No, you don't need to. It's really
Aw,
called
Snap.
Dang's.
Yeah.
And the guy's name is Dang. I have met Dang.
Is it Dang Tootin'?
Sure.
I wish I seriously TUT IN or something
Haley,
with
Idaho.
like a
Dang's Thai food. It's amazing.
Oh, in Haley, Idaho?
Yes.
Oh, that's some fancy country you're getting up in there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's the poorer part of the fancy country.
Not quite Bellevue.
Bellevue, never been.
The
Been to Sun Valley.
Bellevue in Sun Valley is like the outer outskirts, and then you get into Haley, and then you
Okay.
get into Ketchum,
Oh, yeah.
and then you
Ketchum.
get into like Warm Springs and actual Sun Valley up there,
Okay.
which makes up.
Does
and
it just
all
get
of it makes
richer
up-
as you go?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Like in
The closer to the
in
resorts in the resort town. Yeah.
in
yeah.
Warm Springs and Ketchum and actual Sun Valley where they
Mhm.
have the lodge, that's where you'll find like Arnold, or
Yeah.
you'll pass by Demi and Bruce's
Bruce Willis.
ranch,
Mhm.
because as it turns out, they actually used to own most of Haley
Okay.
at one point.
Yeah.
I imagine that since Bruce came down with his diagnosis, I don't
Yeah.
remember what it is, but he can't really act anymore.
Yeah. It was
Um,
aphasia.
Yes, aphasia.
Yeah.
And because of that, I imagine he'd probably end up spending a lot of time up there,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps with Rumor. I don't know whether or not Demi is going to have much to do with it out there, but I
Mhm.
hope she's supportive, even if he's an ex-husband, because he's
Mhm.
got no hair.
Yeah.
I mean, I know aphasia affects that, or is that alopecia?
That's alopecia.
Oh,
And then there's also aphagia. And
aphagia.
Yeah.
Really?
So there's a natural process that happens where your white blood cells, some of your white blood cells are called phagocytes
Oh, fags.
with a pH.
Oh, well, still they're fags.
Yeah.
Even if there's
so
a pH.
So these fags actually ingest, like eat. They're just a type of white blood cell, I guess, that does that.
Really?
Yeah. And
Yeah, they just do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to explain it. They just do that.
there's something called autophagia, which I believe is eating yourself. I believe it's a clinical, like,
Usually you got to remove a rib for that.
I think or they'll just cut a rib out and put it, throw some Sweet Baby Rays on there.
Ooh,
Yeah.
sweet baby
Sweet
rays.
Jesus. Oh, child. So there's aphasia, which is an S for speech, or that's how I remember it.
I don't like how many letters we're putting into one word.
Yeah, and then aphagia, which is PHAG, fag.
You just had
Yeah.
to say it, didn't you?
No, I'm literally spelling it out. So yeah. So that's how I know the difference between the two. I'm just giving you guys a little mental.
No. Hey, that's good.
mnemonics.
We're learning you.
Yeah,
We're learning.
how I work. See,
Yeah.
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 Please
See?
start a
Crying out loud
podcast
now.
if you can't stop talking to people and they're like, oh my god, let me go.
please, I just have to use the bathroom.
I
Crying
had-
out loud.
Exactly. I'm like, but here's the thing: you don't want to take this route because you're gonna have to go down the linens aisle, and there are always these old bags holding linens up, looking through the light to see the thread count because you got to verify the thread count, don't you, Gladys?
Oh God.
You know?
Esther
So then-
just needs to get the fuck out of that line.
Yeah. So what you do is you hang a left and you go around housewares. Now there's going to be some baskets strewn about
That's Midge's fault.
because there's children and cobras. There's two things in that aisle:
Yeah, for baskets,
Children's-
children and cobras, 100%.
children's and cobras.
And occasionally an old Asian, or they'd still be Asian because they're part of Asia.
who is it?
But the old Indian guys wearing the turban,
Oh yeah.
who are sitting there with the flute, just waiting for the snake to come out.
Yeah, these guys have clarinets though. They're
Oh,
jazzy.
they're clarinets. Oh,
Yeah.
they're going new school.
Yeah,
Oh, all right.
new
All
school
right.
like 1930s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I
The-
dig it. Like
the big band
Casablanca.
stuff. I think that was,
Was
a piano.
Casablanca before?
Casablanca was the Wizard of
40s?
Oz was 39.
Really?
So I think Casablanca came out right around that time or perhaps before. Oh, by the way, we're going to go back for just 1 second.
Please.
And I wanted to warn people.
Oh, you better warn them. If you're not
you-
warned now,
Mhm.
you're warned.
So if you see this logo, this is the Hatchet Man.
Yes.
And he is the I guess the
insignia of
Insignia?
the juggalo and or juggalette.
stickers that are on car windows. Shirts, obviously, maybe some kind of a dangly thing from your rear view mirror. Um, tattoos of it, very much tattoos.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not familiar, we do also have stickers of the Sensible Sociopath podcast on the sensiblesociopathpodcast.com. If you cannot find them, please inquire within.
Yeah, just subscribe and then shoot us a message.
Yes, please.
Leave us a comment.
So, back to Hatchet Man.
So the Hatchet Man, you'll see them on shoulder blades. You'll see them on arms. You'll
Ass
see them
cheeks, they're there.
on calves. Probably, yeah. If you're
No,
seeing
they're
their ass,
there.
if you're seeing it on the ass cheek, you already know you're looking at a juggalo or a juggalette.
Oh, no, it's definitely the Juggalo.
Yeah,
Not
Well-
the Juggalette, the Juggalo. She puts it on the tit.
yeah, but she's pregnant, so you're looking at all sorts of stuff. When you
Oh,
see
yeah,
her
you're
naked.
looking at
yeah.
everything on
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah. So, I think
Forget about it.
I think that I think the Juggalos are good people because it is a love fest, but it's a very dirty, grimy, drug filled white trash,
Sticky.
sugary soda
Sticky.
fest. Yeah.
And feather covered.
I
Have you
believe-
heard of the song that's called Chicken Hunting? Because they have a song that's
No.
called Chicken Hunting.
Is that off one of their newer albums?
No, it's an old one. But what they would do is with their Fago,
Uh-huh.
TM, or copyright, they would do, they would spray down the audience
Uh-huh.
with their Fago soda of different colors and flavors, I imagine, and varieties. And then they would, when Chicken Hunting came on, they would cover the audience with chicken feathers.
Okay.
They would just open up bags and go, "Who's going
Yeah.
chicken hunting? We's going chicken hunting."
I can't find any pictures of it, Dan. I mean, there's a chicken, so I guess it's got some legitimacy to it. But so far, my scientific...
Are you using science?
I'm using as much science as I've got, really. And I came into this. Hey, there you go. That's nice.
Oh, it's
Those are
so
some of the people.
pretty. Oh,
Yep.
jeez.
So
Look at them.
Juggalo and Juggalette.
Yes.
Yep.
Often
And-
found in a corset.
But the
Both
thing is,
genders.
if they've got the shirts on, where's the paint? Where's the face paint?
Go down a little bit. If you go down, it's there.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure
saw
we
it.
would find it, but yes. So as you can see, there's even templates you can purchase.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Often
So-
dotted on the nose.
on the right hand side here, we have that's Shaggy 2 Dope, and then on the left hand side, that's Violent J. And they also have a movie industry. Did you know that they
I
produce
did
like
not.
Hollywood movies? Yeah.
No shit.
Um,
Really?
yeah.
The United States of Insanity. I cannot help but that was the first one.
Big Money
Big
Hustler,
Money Hustlers.
and then Big Money Hustlers.
Big Money Rustlers.
Oh, Rustlers.
United States of Insanity.
Yep.
An American Psycho tour documentary.
Yep. Hatchet Attacks. I wish these
Oh
were
my
a little
God.
more consistent. But yeah. So, anyways, just wanted to show everyone how great some of the great stuff you can find on the internet, and there are documentaries about the Dark Carnival usually,
Yeah.
and there's even some documentaries about what is it, the like lifestyle of the juggalos, and maybe it's the same documentaries, like they'll pick some juggalos to like follow, but yeah, it's a land of
It's almost like the PBR generation. You know, I'm white trash and I'm in trouble.
well, and they don't it's like a whole loving thing, like I think there can be some like violence and stuff like that, like as far as
yeah.
like they'll fight and stuff like that, but it's pretty much just everyone accepts everyone how they are. It's almost like the social justice movement,
in the end,
only cool.
they end up kissing each other's boo-boos and putting Band-Aids on it,
Yeah.
even if they're
And-
white and black painted Band-Aids.
Well, what people don't understand is that when you're dealing with a fellow killer clown, that you have to show some respect,
I can
Mhm.
understand that.
and that you love them for their struggle,
Yeah, the struggle is real. Fucking
Yeah.
struggle bussing.
Yeah. If you have
If
Yeah.
you don't know whether or not you're on the struggle bus, by God, you're on the struggle bus.
yeah,
Am I blue now?
I'm bluing you up a little bit.
I'm blue.
Yeah, dabu dee dabu da. Dan. Um,
I'm in need of a guy.
Look, we have to figure out a way to get this into the show. Freeze, sucker.
Fuck. I could have swore that's not my gun. Wait. No,
Sir.
it is my gun.
Yeah.
And you can't have it.
Sir, this is the TSA. We suggest next time that you decide to bring a gun-shaped dildo, you just claim it when we're going through your things. Because we've seen sawed-off shotgun dildos before.
You know,
None quite
go-
as craftsmanship as this.
you go to Bad Dragon, I'm sure it's there.
Your blunderbuss dildo
That's
has
one
some
wide bitch.
has some intricate scrimshaw on it. It's
Oh.
quite impressive, but you must have an autoclave to clean this thing. I mean, it is elaborate scrimshaw.
Dawn dish soap doesn't do it justice, I can tell you that.
Pressure washer.
Yeah, needed.
Yeah.
Needed.
Bathtub full of Drano.
OxyClean and
Yeah.
Drano, that's right.
Yeah.
Norton
What?
OxyClean to use Drano.
What were we gonna sell as Billy Mays last week?
Oh my God.
We were gonna sell something. If anyone remembers from the
I don't
chat.
know, but either way, Billy Mays here with another fantastic product. I didn't want to yell into the microphone, but here
Oh,
we are.
No, you got to come off the mic and yell. Come on, Dan. You're
Billy
professional.
Mays here with another fantastic product.
Yeah. A bucket of cocaine. Isn't that what killed him? He died of a heart attack all
Billy Mays here with a bucket of cocaine.
he's doing the Chris Farley slam in your chest, Yeah.
It's like, no, just having another heart attack.
Yeah. The bears.
Doubles, stop air, stuck up.
Got a piece of sausage lodged in my heart.
Oh, God, there, Bill. You need to just, you need to chew your food there, bud.
Let's go rub our mustaches on each other. You'd think those guys are probably married. But you think any of them are gay? I bet Mike Myers was the gay one.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, wasn't
he was a free love kind of guy.
wasn't who's Chris Farley's part? Or David Spade?
David Spade?
Was he one of them?
No,
feel like he's not
I don't
fat
know
enough.
whether or not he was one of them, but
Yeah.
it was definitely Mike Myers and Chris Farley. I don't know who all it was. Here, let's see. Because
Okay.
there's Mike Myers and there's Chris Farley.
Oh,
Is that Jim?
Jim?
Is that Jim Belushi right there?
No.
No? Just having another heart attack.
And it might be.
It's not Aykroyd. It's definitely
no,
not
no, no, no.
Aykroyd.
Well, there's George Wendt.
Right?
Bill Swirsky's Superfans.
Bill Swirsky's super fans. Mike Ditka.
Let's see.
Doubles, the Bears, the Cubs.
Okay.
And another heart attack. Brother Bill.
Robert Smigel.
Carl Warlowski.
Huh. That's interesting. So Robert Smigel is the
Kevin
same guy.
Nealon, really?
What?
Oh, he briefly made an appearance. Kevin Nealon.
Yeah, and I think that George Wendt, they had obviously it's perfect for him.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I bet you they had some other people play the fourth guy or,
Oh, yeah.
come in. Yeah,
They had to.
Yeah. But Robert Smigel wrote the Ambiguously Gay Duo.
Really?
He was also
I loved the Ambiguously Gay Duo just because it was priceless.
and he was
Here, let me take care of this bird.
oh yeah. Well, and they do the
The
so he
TV
was the head
Funhouse,
writer,
right?
Yeah. He was the writer that I think he was the head writer for SNL for a long time, which is
Really?
great. Yeah, I mean that's a prestigious comedy job.
Oh, yeah.
He also at some point did or his one of the things he's done that I'm sure you would absolutely know for is the insult comic dog.
Oh, you're talking about
Triumph.
Triumph, the insult
That's him.
comic dog.
That's him behind the camera with the
Really?
puppet. Yes. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes. So he's walking up for me to
For
poop
me
on.
to poop on.
Yeah. You smell like my girlfriend's ass, like or whatever.
Very accurate.
Yeah, that's a good. It's. I just think that's such a great contribution that guy has made. So apparently, what they say here is that Phil Hartman also. I mean, just a kid. What's his
I am Troy McClure.
Yes, Troy McClure is probably one of the best things he's done for. But in SNL, he was hilarious on that.
Oh my God, Phil Hartman.
His Phil Donahue.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever see him play Phil Donahue?
I did, and
Hilarious.
I also saw him play plenty of Clinton. He did plenty of Clinton.
A lot of Clinton. The fat in the McDonald's when he was in the in the windbreaker eating the Big Mac, and he was just walking up and grabbing people's shit and eating it. Oh, it's so funny.
I'm the president. Don't you worry about a thing.
Oh, let me try about it. He's just like grabbing their shit.
And
he's like, oh, I'm on a diet. I'm exercising right now. I'm out with he's like jogging in DC and goes to the McDonald's to make an appearance and just is eating everybody's shit. It's perfect. It's such a. I actually didn't realize how much I like that skit till right now.
Kevin Nealon. But we're talking Phil Hartman. So Phil Hartman, he was a genius who did not live, in my opinion, long enough.
Absolutely.
Like, he really didn't live long enough.
Do you know what happened with him?
As soon as didn't he have cancer or a heart attack or something?
Absolutely not.
What was it?
So right around the time of OJ, I believe it was like right after OJ, because it was all that like California, like helicopter shit. And like, for some reason I connected the two. He, so his wife was what I believe I know is that she had been a drug addict, and somebody apparently introduced her to cocaine from Saturday Night Live.
Oh no!
And she murdered him and herself in his sleep.
Oh,
she shot him in bed.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was a fucking amazing tragedy.
Oh my God.
1998. Okay, a little after that.
I was 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in so much shit.
Yeah, no, he was amazing.
Like his voice is iconic.
Like, you think how good his podcast would be?
Oh my God, you wouldn't like the fact that he was on the show called Talk Radio.
Oh yeah, with Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
and well, David Spade was on that other one.
That was Just Shoot Me.
Just Shoot Me. Yes.
Yes. But
let me read you this.
Okay.
So, on May 27, 1998, Hartman's wife, Bryn, visited the Italian-American restaurant Buca del Beppo in Encino, California, with producer and writer Christine Zander. Said she was in a good frame of mind, and they had drinks. After returning home, Bryn had a heated argument with Phil, after which he went to bed. She entered the bedroom sometime before 3 a.m. on May 28, 1998, and as he slept, fatally shot him once between the eyes, once in the throat, and once in the upper chest with a Charter Arms .38 caliber handgun. He was 49 years old. She was taking Zoloft and had been drinking alcohol, but had recently used cocaine. She drove to the home of her friend Ron Douglas and confessed to the killing, but he did not believe her. They drove back to the house in separate cars. She called another friend and confessed a second time. On seeing Hartman's body, Douglas called 911 at 6:20 a.m. Police arrived and escorted Douglas and the Hartmans' 2 children from the premises, by which time Bryn had locked herself in the bedroom. Shortly afterwards, she committed suicide by self-inflicted gunshot.
Was it with a toe? Did she go out like freaking
I imagine it was probably the Charter Arms .38.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that was probably, it's California. It was in the 90s, so probably a great time to live in California.
Oh, the best. Trash was at its highest.
Yeah.
Hobos running rampant.
I don't know. I bet you it was pretty cool back then. I mean, I'm sure I'm sure the drug crime wasn't great and the the gang
that
stuff.
was when the war was on.
Yeah, the war on drugs.
The war isn't on anymore.
Yeah. Well, and
we won.
You could have a gun, obviously,
Yeah.
back then. And if you're famous, you can have a gun in most places. So, when you see all these actors going,
Domestic discord.
when you see all these actors that are anti-gun, guess what? They can have a gun anytime they want, and they can have it, and then they can also hire someone to have that gun if they're not, going to get their hands dirty and protect themselves and their loved ones.
I mean,
They'll
that's
pay someone to do it, just like you, the regular people can.
yeah.
You can pay for that, can't you?
I'm sure
You can
I could.
protect yourself from anyone with your words, can't
yeah.
you? In any situation,
I mean,
can't you?
that's what happened with Chris Rock and Will Smith.
Well, I mean, Chris Rock got put in his place. How dare you say something about, I don't even remember what it was. Was that she likes dogs or something?
No, what
or make
happened?
fun of her hair?
Lack of hair.
Yeah.
She had recently buzzed her head because she has alopecia. Shout out to the previous.
Sure, she does, yeah.
Throwback.
Mm-hmm.
She has alopecia,
Mhm.
and he made a joke about, Jada, looking forward to seeing you in G.I. Jane 2. Looking
Mhm.
forward to that.
Mhm.
In which then Will proceeded to walk up and not punch, but
Yeah.
slap Chris Rock in the face.
Yeah.
Unlike in the movie, where that's originally, like, there's a movie scene. I don't
Mhm.
remember what movie it's from, but there is a literal movie scene of that exact entire whole scenario where dude walks up after somebody made some kind of bad joke, walks up, but he punches
Yeah.
comedian in the face, walks back, and then retorts back to the guy. Like 100%. That's from a movie. I don't know
Were
what
they
movie.
black?
No.
Well, then it's totally different.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
That didn't happen.
You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
2022. My
exactly.
bad. My bad. Oh, hands up. Red, blue.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. It's kind of cool, though, right?
No,
It makes you a little, brings up the nervous energy.
Oh, it definitely adds to the. No, officer was drinking. This is the guy who's in the driver's seat.
Yeah. They're like, so that's an iced tea you're holding in a whiskey glass.
Yeah, don't you mind that one bit.
Yep.
I'm just,
You're like,
I'm just-
Lipton?
I'm just telling you.
You're like, it's brisk, baby. It's brisk,
That's-
baby.
That's a brisk, baby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Stallone did that. So
Yeah.
did old Blue Eyes.
Yep.
Someone else was in that, I'm sure.
Oh, those Lipton brisk iced tea commercials. Those are the-
Yeah.
Oh my God, the
That's brisk,
claymation.
baby.
The
That was the thing.
claymation.
Yeah.
Like back when that was a thing.
Remember
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Celebrity Deathmatch was
Yes!
exact. I couldn't think of it, but that was Mills Lane was the Judge
Yes.
Mills Lane.
Mills Lane.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what his partner's name was.
Amanda Thunderbox.
Yes. Good old Amanda Thunderbox.
Can we get some Thunderbox shirts?
Oh, dude, we need Thunderbox.
I don't know what
shirts.
the Thunderbox logo is, but that's a good name for a podcast. Thunderbox.
Welcome to the Thunderbox.
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
You don't even know.
So we've had some chats coming in.
Oh, no
I
shit.
logged into it a little late, but
What's going on in the chat?
oh, people were just talking about remember when I was talking about the sheets?
Yeah,
People were saying that they were changing their sheets, and
What?
that's a brag. All right,
that is
Margot.
definitely a brag.
Margot.
Margot, come on.
Oh, and then
What does Steve S have to
she
say
was asking
that?
about the heat outside, and here in Boise it's been 100 and something degrees like every day.
Definitely 100 something.
Yeah. So yes, the heat has been quite hot, but after
It's a
certain
dry
point,
heat.
that's true.
It's
dry
a
heat.
dry heat.
But you end up
Really sucks when you don't have AC in your car.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Why don't you have
struggle's
AC in the car?
real. Because I need to change my compressor.
Oh.
I gotta do
Yeah.
man shit and fucking replace my compressor in my truck.
Yeah, that's
That's dude points.
yeah, and I've done it. I've absolutely done it. Yeah. Oh, I'd usually go pull one off a junk, try
Oh,
that.
you just go and pull one off and then you're cooler?
I'll try it,
Nice.
I mean, you gotta.
I'm gonna have to try it.
yeah, because it's like, I mean, they're so expensive, a new compressor.
Oh,
Yeah.
about the compressor. I thought we were talking about pulling one off.
Oh, in a car, yeah. Mhm.
In a car, right.
Margot also said we're both very handsome.
Oh, well, thank you, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
We love you.
Yeah, and Steve S. Talking about breaking in sheets. I know what you're saying, Steve. Yeah. I did the same thing by myself yesterday. Just kidding. It was with someone.
By myself, but with someone.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. She doesn't like me very much. I already talked about that.
She likes me, just not enough.
Yeah.
The right amount.
Dan, are you a music festival guy?
I have not ever been to a music festival.
Mhm.
I've been to a good amount of, well, no. I've been to an amount of concerts.
Mhm.
But no, I have not been to a music festival.
Yeah. Warp Tour or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No. Warp
Yeah.
Tour, Not Fest. I think I went to Tree Fort once.
Okay. Which is like a festival
Maybe.
here, but it's kind, isn't it kind of broken up like
Yeah.
in a few areas?
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
you
yeah.
kinda, yeah.
Like the Backstreet Boys made their comeback here.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I know
didn't
that they visited,
Did they?
at least.
Hmm.
I don't know about the Spice Girls, but definitely the Backstreet Boys.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're British, you know. I mean, when you're not making big money, I mean, I guess you probably would make bigger money in a place like this than Britain because they're like, maybe, I don't know. I don't wonder where they're.
It's nostalgia, Steve. It's
Yeah.
nostalgia that brings the bucks.
But do you really want to see like a bunch of middle-aged women like dancing around and like, I don't know. I just
Don't
imagine
you?
they're not as spry as.
I mean, don't you though?
I mean, I guess
I mean,
if that's all it's around.
yeah. Well, yeah. If that's all that's around.
Yeah. But I guess there is like, well, and I'm just saying like I mean, Britney's held together pretty well.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
I would see her.
Her face is still the same,
Yeah.
even if her body isn't. Her face is still.
I think her body's still good though. I mean,
Really?
oh yeah. Haven't you seen her?
All right. No.
Oh
no.
yeah.
Not since How I Met Your Mother, to be honest with you.
Is that
It was decent.
she was on there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Barney nailed it. The most gay man to ever be gay on the gayest gay of Hollywood, Neil
Yeah.
Patrick Harris, totally nailed that on How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sure. A little bit of a leather handbag, not bad.
I don't know when this was, but that's pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Control freak. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Oh God, is she still with that dude? That like piece of shit douchebag of a dude? Is she still with that guy?
Who?
Oh, I remember. Like
Yeah.
a couple years
So that's
ago.
pretty goddamn good for, I don't know if she's 40 or somewhere. She's close.
I
if she isn't.
remember a couple years ago they were like, "What happened to Britney? Stop picking on Britney."
Oh no, there's a whole movement. Oh well, that was one thing.
And
Like,
like,
have you heard about Free Britney?
Yeah, because she was like supposedly entrapped by like producers or
I wasn't even sharing my screen. I'm sorry. I'll for all of our fans.
or something like that,
Yeah, well, apparently
or like her parents.
yeah, they were like they were
Yellow, red, and pink.
Mhm.
Starting to get those hip lines. Well
Mhm.
done, Brittany.
Yeah, after I
Still
think she
got
has a couple
tits.
kids and
Well done.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm sure whoever was holding her hostage was still getting her plastic surgery and stuff done because they want her to make money.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I mean, she's a cash cow. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
Absolutely.
Disney can't make money off of her anymore
Why?
because she's Britney now.
I don't get it, Dan. Is
I
she
don't
not
either.
in a contract with Britney? Or sorry, with Disney? Because I bet
Probably
she is.
not. She probably is.
Yeah, it's
but
probably a
she's
lifetime
probably
thing.
not.
When you're in the Illuminati, Dan, it's for life.
Well, you know.
Unless you're Phil Hartman.
Yeah.
And they come in and shoot you
Yeah. Well,
because it's for life.
that's true.
You know he was Illuminati, right?
He was. Oh, nice.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. They do a lot of good work though, you know?
You know,
Controlling the tides and whatnot.
Jim Carrey
Mm-hmm.
at one point in time tried to out them on Kimmel. He went out and presented the all mocking tongue.
And is that
It's apparently an Illuminati thing. And he came out and he presented that. And afterwards, whilst he was sitting there talking with Jimmy, trying to out the Illuminati
mhm,
about the all mocking tongue and the all mocking eye,
mhm.
and the fact that they control everything, and saying, Jimmy, you're a part of it. I've seen you at the festivals. You know,
That's what Jim Carrey was saying?
oh yeah, it's totally on an episode of Kimmel. And then
Was
in the
he in
middle
a
of it,
character?
no. And then in the
Hmm.
middle of it, he got a phone call in which, in my opinion, he turned it into a joke to try and save face.
Interesting.
Because I believe that somebody actually did call him and told him something, and then afterwards he was labeled crazy.
Yeah, I remember that
And-
period. That's what I was wondering. Is it when he, which he did kind of go a little crazy in a few ways. Like,
Right.
He made some night show appearances like in full character, and then of course he was going through the what was that one movie? Man on the Moon.
Yes.
Yeah, when he
Yeah.
went. Who's that? Bob Kalotkas. Or,
I don't remember what his name is specifically, but
Yeah.
it was the comedian that he was pretending
Yeah.
to be from. But he came out and then he started getting into art like strongly, and then surprisingly enough, roll back to the Will Smith scenario. He had decided that because of that, he was no longer going to do acting. He finished up Sonic the Hedgehog 2
Oh,
as
this was fairly recently then.
Dr. Eggman.
Was he? This was the Sonic the Hedgehog that just came out.
Just came out.
Wow,
He that was his last movie.
really?
Last movie. The I recently read an article that said
Andy Kaufman.
that yes, Andy Kaufman.
Yep.
He said that he would no longer do films. He was done. He's retired.
Mhm.
Unless someone like Christopher Nolan or someone of comparable
Of the Batman, the Dark Knight series.
correct.
Yeah.
And Interstellar and Inception. If he were to come out with some kind of story for an Ace Ventura movie,
That's what he said.
he would be willing to come
Really?
back to reprise the role as Ace. But other than that, nah, he's done.
That's a very interesting thing because it's like you could like think of the reimagining from the what's it? Jerry Bruckheimer
Oh yeah.
was that Batman Forever?
Oh yes.
I think so.
No. That was Joel Schumacher.
Joel Schumacher, yes.
Yes.
I knew it was one of those big names that you just heard in the 90s. But
My opinion,
that
two of the
imagination?
worst Batman movies
absolutely.
ever.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, were Joel Schumacher.
Yeah.
He did a great Alien Resurrection. Terrible Batman.
Wait, was it because the word erection was in it?
Yes.
Isn't he a gay?
We're gonna go with that. Yes.
I think so. I think that's why Batman Forever was so gay.
Bat nipples? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And he reprised the role.
prominent cod pieces.
Oh, very.
Yeah.
And the Bat credit card? Are you kidding me?
yeah.
Only in a gay man's
Yeah.
movie would the Batman have a credit card.
Ooh, bitch. Yeah, that's what you say when someone
And-
pulls out the Batman credit
And
card.
speaking of
Charge
Spice
it.
Girls, all kinds of wraps around in this. Ginger Spice was in Batman Forever.
Wait, was she one of the ice ladies?
Yes,
Oh shit!
she was.
Wow.
It
That's-
was her.
that was Baby
and I
Spice?
believe it was yes. No, it
Or
was
Ginger Spice.
It was Ginger Spice, and I believe it was Drew Barrymore.
Really?
I think so.
So when like the fucking hockey guys are all skating around, those bitches are hanging out somewhere.
No, we're talking Batman Forever, not Batman and Robin.
Oh, that was a different one. Yeah.
That was Two Faces bitches.
Oh.
Not the joke.
Okay.
Not the Riddlers or Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
I want you to chill.
Everybody chill.
But yeah, it was Ginger Spice and I believe Drew Barrymore.
and that
who
was
were
Batman
in
Forever.
Batman Forever. Yeah.
Let's see if this comes up with any results.
Yeah, right there.
All right, Dan. Let's not panic.
I'm not
Ooh.
panicking. I'm just embracing.
Yes.
Yeah, they were Tommy Lee Jones's bitches.
Yeah. Damn it. All right. Well, that's
Yeah,
fine.
that's
too.
IKEA.
Yeah. Yeah, there's Drew Barrymore. I'm just going to go back. Oh, no, wait. I think I can open image.
I just remember the most iconic moment with Ginger in that was the Riddler is giving Robin a whole bunch of shit. And he's
so
like,
that's Ginger Spice?
yes. And he's like,
Wow.
and he wishes to be bare naked with a girl. And then it pans to Ginger Spice, and she's just kind of like,
Yeah.
It's just kind of like one of those shoulder roll things.
Yeah. Well, they can't be too sexualized, right?
Like they do. I
Yeah.
mean, bat nipples, whatever. She starts rolling her shoulder. That's a little too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's great.
Come on, Joel
I've forgotten
Schumacher.
about this. So, yeah. It's pretty amazing the people that were in these movies,
Oh, God.
you know?
Like, even Nicole Kidman was in that.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Like, she was Batman's woman in that one.
Uma Thurman. Poison Ivy?
That's Batman Forever. No, Batman and Robin. She
Yeah.
was Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
And that had Alicia Silverstone
Oh,
as
Batgirl.
Batgirl.
Yeah.
Who was niece to Uncle Alfred, which is totally not canon. But that's
Mhm.
not the point.
I'm so glad Michael Caine didn't play Alfred in these ones.
No.
He's
no,
so
no.
dignified.
No, he's very dignified.
Yeah.
He was like, listen, I'm not going to fucking
Yeah.
do it. All right?
Master Wayne.
Master Wayne.
Yeah.
Because he never called him Bruce. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
He never called him Bruce. He always called him Master Wayne.
There might have been a time where he did, but I think it was like a very pointed, like,
However,
yeah.
Andy Serkis, who played Gollum in
Mhm.
the Batman that just recently came out, he called him Bruce all the time. Like throughout almost the entire movie, he called him Bruce, as opposed to calling him Master Wayne.
So wait. The guy who played Gollum plays Alfred?
In the Batman.
Oh, okay.
With Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
You know, in my opinion, a very underrated Batman movie. Like, a lot of people had problems with it.
Mhm.
I thought it was fucking on point.
I didn't see that one. I haven't seen it.
It was phenomenal.
Really? Okay.
Like,
Who's the
it was
bad guy in it?
it was between the Riddler
Mhm.
and the Penguin.
Okay.
Like,
oh yeah.
but he hadn't
and,
become the Penguin. Like, it was more of a focus on. It was year 2.
It was Colin Farrell.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, look him up. Like, you can't tell that that's fucking Colin Farrell. It is insane.
Yeah.
The fact that they did such a good prosthesis with him as the Penguin, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Like that like side by side.
Yeah.
You can't even fucking tell that's the same guy.
Yeah. That'd be
But
real-
it's totally the same guy, and he
Yeah.
fucking killed it.
yeah,
and
really
he-
just the eyes. I mean, that's
He
about,
wasn't quite the Penguin mob boss that he eventually became in the movie, but it was more of his origin, because in the movie it's year 2 of Bruce being Batman.
Mhm.
Like, not year 1, but it's year 2. Like,
Okay.
he hadn't done
What,
Batman.
has there
for
been a
very
movie
long.
of year 1?
No, not yet. Well, I mean, aside from Batman Begins. Because in Batman Begins, you watch him go from being just Bruce Wayne
Mhm.
to all of a sudden Batman shows up. But he's
Mhm.
dealing with the Scarecrow
Yeah.
in Batman Begins.
Yeah, because you get all the Ra's al Ghul,
Yeah, and Ra's
League
al
of
Ghul is in
Shadows.
it. Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Interesting.
Do you know that there's rape in Batman?
I mean, anything good, really. What rape are you referring to?
I'm specifically talking about the fact that Ra's al Ghul's daughter, Talia al Ghul, actually raped Bruce Wayne as Batman to create their son, Damian Wayne, who eventually becomes Robin.
So what happens when there's all this sexual tension between the two?
Oh, it's weird.
Yeah, does
weird.
Batman know that?
He finds out later,
Oh.
like after Damian's born, and like attacks him.
Oh.
That Talia comes out and is like, "No, you can't kill him, or that's your son." And he's like, "Wait, what?"
Now,
And she's like, "Yeah, you remember that one time we had some drinks, and
Mhm.
you remember you woke up the next day with a headache? Yeah, totally got that nut."
Mm,
And he was like, "Wait, what?" And
Hmm.
she's like, "Yeah, I got that Wayne nut.
really?
You best believe it."
You'd think she'd be hot. Was she hot?
Oh, yeah, no, she was a smoke fox.
So why is she raping everybody?
Yeah, just raping everybody.
Why?
I don't know, because she had power. I
Oh,
mean, her
she was
dad
part
was
of the
essentially
patriarchy?
immortal.
She was part of the patriarchy?
Yeah,
Hmm.
her
That's why
dad
Batman's
ruled a
so
whole bunch
mad.
of shit.
Yeah.
And the League of Shadows.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the League of Shadows does good work. It's really what it's all about is,
Tearing down.
yeah,
Tear it
really,
down.
tearing down the system from the inside while dressed like a ninja, in the night.
With the best Fu Manchu possible.
That's true. Liam Neeson up on a mountain. And then you got Bane, he's,
Do you think that you are the one who is in control?
Yeah. you think darkness is your ally.
I was born in it. Molded by it.
Yeah, really good.
You know, I can't help it, but even if she's not here,
Mhm.
I feel we need to do a Stalin for America because I've got
You have to pee?
Yeah, so
Oh, all right.
bad.
Well,
Throw
hold
it
on
down
just
if
a
you
second. I don't know if we have it. Let's see.
Let's see. Let's see if we can.
I don't know if we have it. No.
You know what? Even if we don't,
Yeah.
I still gotta go.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll be right back.
We'll play the music.
You think this stuff smells like a man?
Oh, hi, everyone. We're taking a brief break right now. I wanted to fill you in. The soda machine that I described about 4 or 5 episodes ago. Things have been going really well. The price of soda has not come down, so it's still been a good investment. I've gone through about 4 cans, or I just started using my 4th can of the carbon dioxide, and what I found is there is a guy on Craigslist, which you can always trust, who has food grade CO2, and so he'll fill up your tank for you, which is a lot cheaper than I think he'll do it for like $7 as opposed to $30. If you trade it in, you get a little bit of a deposit back. But so hopefully I'll be using that, and he won't be filling my tank full of pesticide, because that'll make my soda taste off, I would assume. I had an upsetting thing happen. So today I went out to lunch with some people, and we were first of all had a French dip. It's a little bit of a sandwich tangent.
Sandwich. Tangent.
I missed the sandwich tangent.
delicious.
It's just starting, Dan.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah. So I was at lunch today, and I was actually Smoky Mountain Pizza, which is very
nice,
good.
yeah.
Food is good. Got the French dip, and good. The bread was a little bit soft. I think
Was
for
it
a French
doughy?
dip. Not really. It was kind of airy, just not very like not a
Sturdy.
stout. Yeah, a sturdy. Yeah, sturdy's a good word. A sturdy bread for it. So you'd kind of dip, and then like you're worried that the bread's gonna roll backwards and
Oh,
fall off,
God,
kind of
yeah.
thing. Yeah, but held together fine. Despite my concern. But the temperature was 100 and something out, just like we brought up earlier.
Right.
And our server was a young man, seemed all right. I didn't really like him from the beginning, but
Not quite a Joe.
no.
All right.
He was so he came back through, after we were kind of finishing up eating, and and he said, "Oh, can we get you anything?" And all of our drinks had just that little ice and a little bit left in it. And so we said, "Oh, hey, yeah, grab us, another
We need
refill.
some more drinks.
refills." Yeah, it's 100 and something degrees out. Give us some goddamn refills, and no water on the table or anything.
Oh, God.
So, and very, very not busy. Because it was like after lunch hours.
And everybody's outside.
Not when it's 100. I mean,
No, surprisingly enough,
Yeah,
you are
yeah.
incorrect about that. There are
Alright.
a lot of fucking people outside,
Yeah.
despite it being like 100.
Yeah.
Most of them, though, through Boise are floating the Boise River.
Yeah, definitely water for sure. Yeah. But I don't know. When I see someone running or riding their bike, I'm
Yeah,
usually like,
fucking
"You're
crazy.
dumb."
You're crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, wait till dusk or something. You're
Yeah,
not that busy that you
Dusk
have to run
or
at 3
dawn,
p.m.
for crying out loud.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, he's like, "Oh yeah." So he walks off and does his thing, and then like doesn't come back for a while and goes, "Oh, hey, can I grab your tab?" He's like, "Oh, I forgot your drinks." And we're like, "Yeah." So he goes and grabs the bill and brings it to the table, and I'm like, "All right, well, I guess he's just gonna bring us drinks or whatever." Doesn't bring us drinks, doesn't bring us drinks, doesn't bring us drinks. Comes to pick up the check, and then at that point, I feel like he's like, "Oh, you know, now it's been too long, so I can't bring them drinks." Like admitting that I, was still supposed to bring you drinks. So, and then of course I'm with people that are, friends and talking and they, work together and stuff. And we probably sat there for almost another hour and
No shit.
eventually, because there's nobody in the place. We're not taking up their
Oh my
fucking table.
God.
So we ended up sitting there and just, they were talking shop and all that stuff. And so eventually I'm like, "Hey, I'm fucking thirsty inside at a restaurant where we just bought food. What the fuck is going on here?" Like there's a server avoiding eye contact with us every time he walks by. So finally I walk up to the bar because I wasn't going to fucking ask him.
Can I get some water, please?
No, I was like,
Crying out loud.
"Can we get refills of Coke and Coke Zero?" And, the guy's like, "Oh, you like kind of going to say like, you can ask your server."
Don't worry, I'll bring the tray. Can I borrow a tray real quick? Because we
Yeah.
need a whole
Yeah.
thing.
Where's the machine? I'll just go get it. Because apparently that's the way this place works.
At noon on a fucking Friday.
Yeah, after you get your tip, that's when you
Here's your
Don't-
tip. Pay
aren't-
attention to your fucking customers.
aren't responsible anymore. Yeah. So, anyways, I didn't pay, and I would have it would have affected his tip. for
Oh,
sure.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like working in the food industry, I was in the back of the house for
Mhm.
like fucking 18 years. 3 of those years, I actually did dual front of the house and back of the house
Yeah.
just because that's how it worked
Yeah.
at a bowling alley. But whenever somebody wanted a drink, you came up to the window and you got them the fucking drink,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like, period. You got them that drink. If you made them wait, guess what? That comes out of your fucking tip.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Like,
But I think that's the change in the culture. That's the
Ugh.
change in it is like, "Oh, no. I just decided not to do that because, it was just a whole thing between us now."
it was
you know.
made a thing by
Yeah.
the server.
That's what I mean. That's his
Such a
rationale.
bullshit.
That's his rationale is like, "Oh, well, it's a whole thing now." And I assume you're just going to
I'm not
leave
going to
and you didn't-
engage. I'm
didn't
not going to
want-
engage in it.
Yeah, you didn't, yeah, it's ridiculous. And I'm like, I would never hire anyone like you.
No, ever.
Ever.
Period. No,
because-
not fucking happening.
Because if I ask you for something and you don't do it, that's on me. Apparently. Like now I
Right?
just have to go find a drink somewhere. you know?
Right?
Thankfully I was in a restaurant. So it was very nearby.
Right?
Yeah.
At that point, you would be like, hey, whatever tip he's got, fucking give it to me. Because apparently I'm the one who's on point with getting drinks.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And I bet the person I was with tipped him well because she's just like that. But
Ugh,
just
people.
yeah, it was pretty
Tips are merit. Like, I've worked in the service industry
Yeah.
for most of my life, whether it was back of the house, front of the house, restaurant, delivering people furniture.
Mhm.
Tips are based on merit.
Yeah.
Like, if you do a good job, you should get a tip. Like, period. Whether they're building your furniture or they're putting together your food.
Yeah.
Tip the fucking people.
Mhm.
Like, for crying out loud, tip them.
Mhm.
They're performing a service for you, for crying out fucking loud.
Yeah.
Even Romerica would be able to attest that because she was in the coffee industry.
Yeah.
And those people get fucking mad tips.
Yeah.
Whether they got tips or tits or not, they get fucking tips, man.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking tip your people.
Yeah.
For crying out loud, they perform a service. Tip them.
Well,
Give them even $1
That's
means
what I was just gonna
more
say.
than fucking nothing.
so when I first kind of became an adult and bought furniture, that was from a store, furniture place.
Right.
I lived up on a 3rd floor walk up.
Oh, dear God.
And
you were
so-
the worst.
Yeah, so I ordered this heavy furniture, and I'm not rich or anything, but anyways, when they came, I'm like, okay, guys, here's $20, go have lunch.
Yeah.
at least, and that's
Back
it's like
when
it's
you
like
could afford a decent lunch with $20.
that's true. Now you need like $15 to get a
At
lunch.
least.
But yeah, this was back in like 2009.
Well, I was given a $20 tip the other day, because I was delivering someone's furniture, and they were like, "Here you go. You can buy a couple of beers or a cup of coffee."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh my god, that's so accurate."
Yeah.
I either get a cup of coffee or a couple of beers.
Couple of tall boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And that's a good amount of beer.
it's
Mhm.
fucking it's sad.
Hello.
It's sad, man.
Yeah. But it's because it's what people tolerate. And I think the service industry tolerates shitty people like that because for one thing there's, an abundance of jobs and you can be shitty at it and still get by.
They're a body.
Yeah.
They're a body.
Yep.
Doesn't
And-
matter if they're anybody, they're a body.
And yeah, especially when, now regular like entry level jobs are paying $15 to $20 an hour. It's insane.
Fucking
you know?
McDonald's is busting out 14.
Yeah.
Like they're like, we will pay you $14 an hour to deal
Mhm.
with everyone's bullshit.
Mhm.
Please come work for McDonald's.
There was a burger place that I really like called Bad Boy Burgers, and they were
So good.
yeah, one of them had a sign out front that said like kitchen and front counter jobs, $16 to $20 an hour.
Fuck.
And-
yeah.
And I was like, wow, you could like just put napkins and shit into and like ranch
And
into a
make
bag.
like $18 an hour,
Yeah.
man.
I'm like,
Especially if you're good at it.
my first job, and the girls that are doing it are, they're good and they're lovely and all that stuff, but they're also like 18 years old. I'm like, God,
If not
could you
younger.
imagine?
Realistically,
maybe.
if not younger.
Could be, yeah. I don't look at them that way.
Well, no.
I'm just kidding. That's a joke because I'm sexualizing them. You see,
I get you.
yeah, I prefer not to look at them that way.
No, no, we don't
so-
do that here.
So, yeah, and that's such a crazy thing because it's like when you start a job and you're just kind of slowly working your way up. I mean, if there's no big bumps for pay, it's like, well, so now that, I'm making $20 an hour because I've been at this job for 5 years and I started at $12 an hour, this person's coming in and now they're making $20 an hour. And,
Something's not fucking adding up.
yeah, I mean, but that's the way it is like then it just starts to create these, dynamics
Animosity.
yeah, exactly. Because you could be somebody's like supervisor and they started a higher, or you're their trainer. So, maybe you're not their supervisor, but you're like, you've been there for a while and they're starting at a higher pay than you are. And they just got here.
Yeah.
But it's because of fucking.
And they don't know shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, how resentful would you get it? And that's one reason I never talk about pay with people. It's the worst thing you could do because either you're upset or they're upset. One of the two of those is going to happen
Oh,
unless
yeah.
you happen to make exactly the same. And then you're still going to go, well, that person's a piece of shit and I'm great. Why are they making the same amount that I'm making? It always ends up fucked.
Now, I work in the service industry as well still, but it's a different kind of service. These days. And no matter what my pay is, I have a very particular set of skills.
Mm-hmm.
And
One of them mustaches, two of them billiards.
from this, I have been dubbed the Rescue Ranger. Shout out Nickelodeon. Nope, not Nickelodeon, Disney.
Chips and Dales.
That's right, Chip and
Mhm.
Dale's Rescue Rangers.
Doesn't Disney own Nickelodeon by now? I'm sure they
Probably.
do. Yeah. So, same.
The same things.
Mhm.
But I have been dubbed the Rescue Ranger, so I can go anywhere to any job at any time, and I can successfully do that job or at least adapt to it quickly enough that I'm going to save somebody's ass.
Yeah.
Period.
Mhm.
That's just what I do.
Yeah. A
That's
fixer.
that's
Yeah.
the Rescue Ranger.
Mhm.
That's what I do. That's like my official job title is Rescue Ranger.
All right.
TM.
Mhm.
But no one questions as to what I'm paid, or if they question what I'm paid, they're questioning whether or not I'm paid enough.
That's good.
And I make a decent wage
Mhm.
now. Fine, I still hold that it's decent. It's not great.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
not terrible.
Yeah.
But it's decent. It's
Yeah.
finally a decent wage, and I've earned that. I started at my job at $1 pay cut from where I was working to, from there I make $5.50 more in
Yeah.
3 years, and I have
That's good.
earned that.
Yeah.
And even took a 4-month sabbatical from that job, came back,
Mhm.
got a 50-cent raise for coming back, and then I got an additional $1.50 on top of that
Mhm.
just from doing what I do.
Yeah.
Just from me being me.
Yeah.
And I I'm not worried about pay. I don't
Mhm.
worry about pay. I don't worry about hours
Mhm.
because they want me to work. And
Mhm.
most of the time, I work overtime.
Yeah.
Like every time they're like, "Are you
And that
willing to
helps.
work this
Yeah.
particular amount?" And I'm like, "You're still willing to pay overtime, right?" And they're like,
Mhm.
"Yeah." And I'm like, "Then I'm willing to work."
Yeah.
Period. Like, let's
Well,
do this.
And that's what's scary is when people like you and I are not going to be working anymore. Then what happens? Then
The
then where
industry-
do we go? Because we've already, lost a lot of industrial
Podcast.
jobs and things. Yeah, I guess
podcast? That's where we go.
we'll all be podcast stars and Instagram stars. I
That's
guess.
right.
All of our children's children.
Butt
will be-
cracks coming soon.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got the ass for it.
Mm-hmm. That's the name of your podcast.
The ass cracks coming.
You're the ass family.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
You and your boys just
That's
start the podcast out with a nice butt clapping. It's where you twerk to the mic.
I got to work on that twerk.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, what the secret is?
That's the extra content.
First, you want to powder your cheeks,
Oh yes.
and then you want to slather them in salve so that they'll just. I mean,
Oh
they'll-
yeah. No, the thunderclap.
You want to hear yeah, exactly, yeah. You want to hear a Amanda Thunder, was it Thunderclap? No, Thunderbox.
Yes.
Amanda
the
Thunderbox.
Thunderbox.
Yeah.
That's
Uh,
right. You want to hear the Thunderbox?
Yeah. But you want to hear the peel? Like when you peel off of a seat, or like you're sitting on a leather chair with no shirt on, and then like you kind of sweat a little bit, then you peel off it. You want to hear that, and then you want to have it the synchronized clapping of butt cheeks between a man and his two boys.
That's right.
Out in a shed.
But unfortunately, you got to wear the mong with that. You got to wear the man thong.
Yeah. Well, no,
The-
you got to put that on afterwards. You can't have a thong in between clapping. I mean,
No, you have to.
you want to have loose clapping.
Well, right,
unrestricted.
but it's going to be right up in there. It's going to be right up
if
in
it's
there.
A string
so it's
bikini.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, all right. I don't know
That's-
what style thong you wear, Dan. We can't just make assumptions. I'm a scientist.
This is true.
believe in
this is true.
science.
You cannot make assumptions.
Mhm. Yep,
This is very true.
I don't go in assuming anything.
No,
but I
nor you
know-
should.
I know you can ruin a good ass clap with the wrong thong.
Oh, that's way true. That's way. You get that wide back tee, and it's just fucking done for.
Yeah, you want a nice
You
want
got to have that string, man.
a nice thin tee.
You
know,
got to have
dental
that
floss.
string. You got to do that thin whale tail.
Yeah.
Just all the time.
Yeah, I like to use laundry. The
The laundry lines.
laundry line. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah.
It's white, so you can tell when it's ready
Right.
to throw away.
Yeah. No, you got to throw it away.
hmm
If that thing's dirty at all, fucking get rid of it.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. I mean, if you're going to be making podcast,
Yeah.
if you know anything
100%.
about
Yeah.
podcasting.
Yeah.
And there's a surprising lack of laundry line sponsorships for podcast. It's an untapped market.
Can we be the first?
I mean,
Let's be the first.
you got to think: are we going natural fiber or synthetic?
Con.
All right. I mean, it's going to shrink.
We could also do paracord. Paracord's big these days.
That's true.
They make 'em into
550 pound test.
They make them into wristbands.
hmm It could be a survival / ass clap. A twerking survival show.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And we'll say, now the first thing you got to do is twerk hard. Okay.
You got to twerk
When you're trying to survive, you need to twerk.
twerk
Yeah.
and twerk hard
Yeah. And you'll be tired of twerking, and then you got to dig down deep. And, you
and
gotta-
twerk some more.
Yeah. Just when you think you've twerked enough and your hands are bloody.
What? I don't know why your hands would be bloody from that.
Because you're getting down.
Oh,
you're
because you're
downward-
grinding on the pavement.
You're
that's,
downward
that's right.
doggying.
That's right. You're
And you gotta do this too. You gotta do this with your feet.
oh
you know?
yeah, no,
Like
100%.
blap, 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 blap,
That's
blap,
that's
blap.
right.
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna be showy, then you're doing like the jazz hand movements.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. You're doing jazz hands, but with your feet.
Yeah, and you'll do it opposite too, and people be
Oh
like,
yeah, you got to
"What
switch
is
it up.
this? What
you
are
got to switch it
doing?"
up. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. So, and then what you're doing is you're trying not to lose your momentum because once you get the kinetic energy going,
Or if you let the energy get away from you, man.
yeah, you'll lose it, and then you're tiring yourself out for no reason.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So
Whew.
once you get that energy going,
Lost more friends.
you still have to cut your thong off after it changes color, and you have a system of mirrors to do that. You
Yep.
know. But the thing is, how many blindings? You'll see blind twerkers out in the streets getting hit by cars
Oh, yeah.
because they have set up their mirror system in a way that didn't account for the sun movement.
Sun movement
Yeah.
and or cars.
Because you'll get into a rhythm like a whirling dervish,
That's right.
and that rhythm.
I've seen some things.
Yeah. I hope people understand what we're talking about right now.
You know, whether or not they do, they'll get it.
They'll
get it.
see.
Oh, yeah.
They'll see.
Oh, yes. Coming soon.
Yes. Dan, it's been a great show.
It has been a fantastic show. And if you truly appreciate the show, you should wander yourself on that old internets and or the interwebs,
Mm-hmm.
as some of the old folks call it, and find yourself at the Sensible Sociopath Podcast.com. That's right, all one word. You can support us there, support us here, support us anywhere, but you can get your Charlie Cat mugs. Steve, you got yourself a copy of that Charlie Cat mug right there? Nice and blue. Ladies and Germans, by all means, get yourself a nice Charlie Cat mug. You've got your Send Socks for shaved and non-shaved legs. In this day and age, it doesn't matter what gender you are. Shaved or non-shaved, we've got the socks for you. They are the Send Socks. We've got alpha, beta, theta, gamma, hypocrisy, Jesus Christ
Are
shirts.
you naming rappers?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We've got the shirts for you in all different kinds of colors, whether you want the V-neck or the O-neck or the wide W. We've got them all. We've got hoodies for you, and
Check out all the gear.
check it
Yeah.
all out, please.
Yeah. and
I
we're
just
hoping to
got
get
so
some good gear
excited
going.
about the Sensible Sociopath Podcast.com,
Mhm.
all one word, that I had to just say it
Ooh.
all.
Steve, what's up, buddy?
What? Steve Wilstead
Yeah.
coming in
got
at the end with the
Another
clapping.
buddy. Yes.
Hey,
Um,
Steve cubed
Yeah, times 3 right now.
times
Yeah.
3.
There could be more out there too. You never know.
Well, we haven't seen Steve squared in
we
a
run
while,
in
so
we run in batches.
I don't
um,
doubt that.
Check us out on Instagram at the Sensible Sociopath Podcast. I'm also on Twitter at Stephen Paul Cast at Stephen Paul Cast. That's Stephen with a PH. Subscribe to us here. Shoot this Sharo. Link it to somebody if they like twerking hard, and listening to podcasts or watching podcasts. You can also find us on the 10 major podcasting platforms. So wherever you pick up your podcast, you can find the Sensible Sociopath Podcast. And we'll be back live every Friday. And I think next Friday is my birthday.
What?
Yeah. So we'll have to figure
The 5th?
something out. Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Everybody pay attention,
that's right.
because we's going to have a wild day, because this time
Get ready to party.
it's Steve's birthday, not
That's
mine
right.
and the little sleepies.
There better be a sugar-free cotton candy machine. I don't think that exists. But let's just.
We'll see what happens.
Yep.
But yeah, stay tuned by all means. And by the way, we are getting up to the 150. We'll see what
Mhm.
happens when
Mhm.
150 comes around. But
Yes.
thanks, everybody.
Yes. Good night, everyone.
Best podcast in the world.
The world would not be the same.
I like it.
No wonder my anxiety's so high.
Few people laughed. Few people cried.
Oh, what's in the box?
Most people were silent.
And that was it. I
Now I am become death,
Sounds like a bad time.
the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, so this doesn't seem like a great idea to me.
I suppose we all thought that, one way or another.
You didn't tell me any of that. That's crazy.
Well, Rama, when you're a hero, you don't tell everyone until you're on your podcast.
I'm about to hear some shit.
We all need to laugh.
I think just sitting down and, listening to
The Sensible Sociopath. This is the shit you're supposed to be watching.
Gen X is gonna love it. Millennials are gonna be like, I'm offended.
You have offended me.
Also, my dog has a giant dick.
Oh my god, that's enormous.
I love it.
It's still a racist dog whistle.
Where you kind of have like a rotating cast of characters.
We're talking baby seals, eagles, wolves.
I'm just glad we're not going to have to eat with racism anymore.
It's worse than the butthole.
We're technically considered propaganda.
It is very contagious.
I think we really need to talk about environmentalism.
Like, are they studying pine cones?
Make yourself a nice stingray omelet. That's how Steve Irwin died. Cholesterol.
It's fucking delicious.
His father had ended up killing his mother and committing suicide.
In that order?
That's diabolical. I like it.
They had an apple gun where you could shoot Bigfoot.
Has she always been retarded?
I mean, he could have had a head injury.
You don't know anything about tartar sauce.
He had picked up a 400-pound statue and was like walking around with it.
Was the statue racist?
I like to think so.
It's like how they invented bacon and avocado to make a turkey sandwich tolerable.
I have a fear of fire.
Like a werewolf? Daniel, you've been our greatest viewer. Well, Daniel and Sarah and Katrina. Daniel!